Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a wonderful 2 day forum with an amazing agenda, very dense, very rich, very compact and comprehensive, a true blueprint, a roadmap of business and investment opportunities in Greece. So we started the forum yesterday in the morning with the U.S. ambassador to Greece and the Greek ambassador to the U.S., also with Prime Minister Mitsotakis, and then we had a 2 day program. So it is very fitting and wonderful that we can conclude our 2 day forum with the Deputy Assistant Secretary Matthew Palmer from the U.S. Department of State, who is responsible for the European and Eurasian affairs. So Das Palmer is the person who is responsible for Greece. He has been a friend of Greece. He has been a friend of Capital Link. He has participated in several of our events. So all I can say that we are thrilled and privileged and honored to have him with us and close our forum exactly giving the U.S. government perspective on the U.S. and Greek relations. So, Deputy Assistant Secretary Palmer, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me today. Good afternoon and good evening to you all. I'd like to begin, if I may, by congratulating the organizers of this 22nd Capital Link Investment and Invest in Greece Forum. This year's forum agenda has touched on numerous areas, from economic policy and investment to entrepreneurship, infrastructure, and green energy, all of it highlighting the extraordinary range of opportunities and solutions that Greece offers. It's my honor to be joining you today with some closing thoughts on the Greek-American partnership and to highlight a few areas in which the United States sees Greece as leading the way in the Eastern Mediterranean and the Western Balkans. The United States sees Greece as a pillar of stability in the Eastern Mediterranean and in the Balkans, and a vital partner in bolstering security and prosperity in the region. As Secretary Pompeo said when he joined Prime Minister Mitsotakis in Crete in September, the relationship between our two countries is at an all-time high and growing stronger each day. The Prespis Agreement in 2018 marked Greece's reemergence as a regional leader after the decade-long financial crisis. The vision and initiative that Greece showed in reaching this agreement, which was not itself uncontroversial, offered further proof of the growing alignment between the United States and Greece. In 2018, we launched the first U.S.-Greece strategic dialogue. Since then, in close coordination with the Greek government, we have intensified our cooperation with Greece on a wide range of issues, including defense and security, trade and investment, energy, science and technology, counterterrorism and law enforcement, and people-to-people efforts to bring our citizens even closer together. In 2019, we signed amendments to the U.S.-Greece Mutual Defense Cooperation Agreement, and since then, our defense and security relationship has flourished. We've strengthened cooperation at Naval Support Activities Souda, enhanced activities at Greek military facilities in Larissa and Stefanovikio, and obtained assured access for U.S. military transit operations at the port of Alexandroupolis. The amendments have been mutually beneficial, increasing interoperability and permitting the United States to homeport the U.S. Navy's newest expeditionary sea base, the USS Herschel Woody Williams at Souda Bay. This sends a strong signal to would-be adversaries about the state of our security cooperation. On the economic front, we're pleased with the progress the Greek government is making on 5G security and with the far-sighted decision of Greece's largest cellular network provider, Cosmote, to build its 5G network exclusively with trusted vendor Ericsson. Both developments support Greece's efforts to advance its digital transformation and safeguard its citizens' privacy. Today, I'd like to focus on two other areas where we see Greece leading the way. One is energy, the other is technology. Greece is key to Europe's energy diversification efforts. Over the past 4 years, the United States and Greece have worked together to diversify the energy options for Southeast Europe in order to break Russia's malevolent monopoly. This is no small feat, and these positive developments mean that Europe and its neighbors will have a choice of where their energy comes from, what type of fuel they'll use, and what the route is for delivery. Having options means nations cannot be coerced to act against their own interests. Energy security is enhanced by diversity. Looking eastward, we've seen a growing regional partnership in the 3+1 diplomatic mechanism, bringing together Greece, Cyprus, Israel, and the United States. This is a welcome example of how energy issues can be drivers of peace and stability rather than drivers of conflict. We support Greece's participation in the EastMed Gas Forum and the forum's formal establishment as a regional organization. Greece's deepening relationship with US partners in the Middle East, including Israel and the UAE, further underscores Athens' positive role in promoting cooperation and providing a foundation for durable energy security and economic prosperity across the region. On Europe's southern frontier, the United States recognizes the collective challenges posed by our NATO ally, Turkey, including its deeply problematic procurement of Russia's S-400 air defense system. This resulted in a determination by Secretary Pompeo just this week, imposing sanctions on Turkey, as required under the 2016 Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act, or CAATSA. We know that both Greece and Cyprus remain deeply concerned about expansive Turkish maritime claims in the Aegean and the Eastern Mediterranean. Unilateral Turkish survey and drilling operations have raised tensions, and we have made clear to Turkey that these dangerously destabilizing provocations must stop. We hope Greece and Turkey can restart exploratory talks soon, and we welcome Berlin's ongoing efforts to facilitate these discussions. Greece is looking east, but it's looking north as well. Greece's strong support for the Euro-Atlantic aspirations of North Macedonia and Albania sends an important signal to the region, as well as Athens' growing willingness to engage Kosovo. Greece is an important player in the Western Balkans, including as a hub for new infrastructure that will diversify natural gas routes and supplies coming to Europe. We have numerous examples of this, from the expanded Revithusa terminal to the Trans-Adriatic pipeline, to the interconnector Greece-Bulgaria pipeline, and now the planned floating storage and regasification unit at the gas terminal in Alexandroupolis. Now completed, the Trans-Adriatic pipeline will begin delivering gas from the Caspian Sea to Europe this year. This fall, Bulgaria and the Greek company DESFA become the final two shareholders in the planned liquefied natural gas terminal in Alexandroupolis. The United States strongly supports the Floating Storage Regasification Unit, the FSRU, as a means to diversify the region's sources of energy. The interconnector Greece-Bulgaria will connect Bulgaria and the Western Balkans broadly to alternative supplies of gas from the Trans-Adriatic pipeline, the FSRU at Alexandroupolis and Revithusa. We're also hopeful that ongoing discussions between Greece and North Macedonia will lead to a gas interconnector that could extend to Kosovo and other countries in the region. All of this progress was unlocked by the Prespas Agreement and renewed Greek attention to a region that welcomes a significant role for Greece and Greek businessmen. Through these developments, Greece is not only becoming a critical point of entry for non-Russian gas, but this new supply offers significant opportunities for US LNG as well. The numbers show that US LNG is on track to account for nearly 1/2 of the LNG imported into Greece in 2020. This is approximately 25% of Greece's overall gas imports and up from near zero 2 years ago. We believe that there is a real opportunity to build on these positive developments and to do even more, including in particular in the renewables sector. Energy is just one aspect of the deep potential the United States sees in Greece and its dynamic economy. We commend Greece's progress in improving protection and enforcement of intellectual property and welcome the inauguration of new investments and acquisitions by US companies in Greece. In 2019, US exports of goods and services to Greece totaled $3.2 billion, up $240 million, or 8% from the year prior. Meanwhile, US imports from Greece were $5.8 billion in 2019, an increase of $345 million from 2018. Greece, in partnership with the United States, is poised to capitalize on our shared digital and cloud-based future. Microsoft's announcement that it will build 3 data centers in Greece to the tune of almost $1 billion will ensure the lightning fast connection speeds needed to produce and utilize the innovative cloud and Internet of Things applications that will be key to our shared prosperity. Thanks to the new science and technology agreement signed by Secretary Pompeo and Minister Georgiadis in September 2020, our researchers and scientists will be able to collaborate more closely than ever before. Together, the United States and Greece are also investing in the future by developing Thessaloniki as a regional technology hub and gateway to the Balkan market. As we hear so often in Greece, "I Thessaloniki protevis ton Balkanion." Increasingly, Thessaloniki is indeed the new front door to the Balkans. Since the momentum generated by the 2018 Thessaloniki International Fair, when the United States was the honored country, Pfizer, Cisco, and Deloitte have led the way by establishing technological and innovation hubs in Thessaloniki, hiring hundreds of people in the process, including Greeks living abroad who had left the country during the financial crisis. The recent influx of American technological investment in Thessaloniki, on top of the three companies' expansion, is not only changing the economy, but also generating a buzz that's drawing international investors' attention. This year, the vaccine pioneering Pfizer opened the doors of its 200-employee research and development facility in Thessaloniki. And Pfizer has just announced it will be opening a global service center in the city next year, hiring an initial tranche of 350 people. Cisco announced that it will invest $11 to $14 million to develop an innovation center, the Cisco Digital Transformation and Digital Skills Center, which opened last September. Deloitte opened the Alexander Competence Center, which is also expected to double in size. These investments are expected to have a multiplier effect in the coming years, contributing to local development and the creation of many well-paid jobs. These are mutually positive plans. Pfizer plans to make its new office a global hub focused on artificial intelligence and big data analytics. The vast majority of the newly hired staff will be highly educated, having at least a master's degree. Most are Greek, including those who have returned to Greece from countries like the United States, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom, reversing the Greek brain drain. Too timely and important not to note, the power and promise of the Greek-American Partnership for Prosperity is exemplified further by Thessaloniki-born Pfizer chairman and CEO Albert Bourla, who is leading his company's efforts to meet the coronavirus challenge for the entire world. As we move forward into this unprecedented future, we can rest assured that the United States and Greece will continue to do so together. We are now concluding 2 fruitful days of discussion about the many ways in which the United States and Greece can mutually prosper. I urge you to continue to think innovatively, to invest robustly, to remain connected in these times of challenge. With like-minded partners like the United States and Greece, our potential for mutual success is unlimited. U.S.-Greek relations are the best they've been in the history of our modern nations. We look forward to commemorating together Greece's bicentennial next year. This is another great opportunity for us to celebrate our outstanding friendship and the shared democratic values that we have pledged to uphold and defend. Thank you, and thank you for having me here today with you.
Well, I would like to thank you very much for these not only insightful, but also reassuring remarks. One of the things I would like to point out is that during these 2 days, if you look at the agenda of our forum, we had panels by sector. On every panel, we had active participation of US investors. And what we have seen is that we have migrated from the exhibition of interest into actual activity, with companies having already invested and exploring to invest more. So I'm delighted to corroborate what you just pointed out, that we had throughout the conference, on every panel, American investors actively involved and actively exploring to do more. And your comments are particularly reassuring. I would like also to take the opportunity to thank Ambassador Payet and the American Embassy in Athens. They have been particularly helpful in terms of promoting this close relationship between the US and Greece, and of course, the Greek ambassador in the US. So thank you very much for this for giving us a very positive and optimistic outlook.
Thanks very much, Nicholas. It's always a pleasure to be part of this event. I think this is really one of the centerpiece events on the calendar. And even in this time of COVID and Zoom, you've done a tremendous job putting together a terrific program with a really forward-looking agenda. So congratulations to you and to Capital Link.
Well, thank you. We can only do it because we have very good friends like yourself who believe in what we do and support it. So really, thank you very much. And we look forward to actually celebrating in person next December at the Metropolitan Club in New York.
Indeed. Efaristo Parapoli, Iasas.
Likewise, thank you very much.